another apocalypse game. Come the apocalypse, as we are calling it. We've set up the no man's land. These dice are objectives. In my deployment, here's one. Another one. No man's land, no man's land, and in the opposite of all enders deployment, one there and one there. We have a combination of Orks and Eldar here. Dual trigons, homogons, with some Orks, with the Big Mac Sampa, as I'm using it today, against some Space Marines and Eldar allied together. And the Eldar have brought a new toy. The Revenant is this guy. We're using this guy as the Revenant Titan. It's going to be pretty crazy. We have two apocalypse creatures duking it out on the battlefield. 10,000 points on either side. It's going to be a crazy match. Okay, to start off with the Eldar, I have a Wave Serpent, another Wave Serpent, a Falcon with a Pulse Laser Bright Lance. These are outfitted with Twin Link Bright Lances, by the way. I have a Fire Prism with a Focused Beam and another Fire Prism here. A War Walker with a Eldar Missile Launcher and a Shuriken Cannon. A group of 5 Swooping Hawks with an Exarch. Another group of, well, it's 4 Swooping Hawks with an Exarch. Both Exarchs have the Intercept and Withdrawal powers. Or actually Intercept and Sky Leap, I think it's called. One group of Scorpions with the Exarch having a Power Claw. This group of Scorpions with an Exarch with a Biting Blade and being led by Karandras. I have a Wraith Lord with an Eldar Missile Launcher, a Bright Lance. Another Wraith Lord, Eldar Missile Launcher, Bright Lance. A Viper with a Shuriken Cannon. 8 Warp Spiders. The Exarch has Power Claws, and he does have the withdrawal and withdrawal abilities. I have 2 groups of Dark Reapers. One group of 4 has the Exarch. He has Crack Shot, and he has I think there's another one called Fast Shot. He's actually, instead of his Reaper rifle, he has an Eldar Missile Launcher. And with this other group of 4, I have Megan Raw. I have 2 groups of 5 Fire Dragons. One has an Exarch with a Fire Pike. The other are just normal guys, 5 normal guys. For here I have 2 groups of Dire Avengers. Both Exarchs have Shimmer Shields, Power Swords, the Defend ability, and the Bladestorm ability. Right here I have 5 Warlocks. They'll be with various different Eldar Guardian groups. Some of them will be on bikes and such. I have an Avatar. This model that looks like an Auto Arc is actually going to be Eldred Uthane. I have 2 other Farseers behind there. Over here in this other box I have 9 jet bikes. I have 11 Howling Banshees, and well, actually 10 Howling Banshees, an Exarch with an Executioner, and Jane Czar. I have 3 Wraith Guard, 15 Rangers, and a total of 40 Guardians. The yellow Guardians there, they are actually going to be taking those D-cannons. Over here, just to continue, I have a Rhino, a Land Raider with multi-melta. They have Twin Link Plasma Cannons on the side. This is a Razorback with a Twin Link Plasma Cannon. All of these have normal bolter shots, heavy bolters up in the front. 2 just to continue on, I have 2 drop pods, 2 dreadnoughts, a group of 9 assault marines, 2 groups totaling 15 scouts, 3 squads of tactical command space marines, a group of 5 space marines combat squatting to go in the Razorback, another group of 5 stern guard veterans with melta guns that will go in one of the drop pods. One of these dreadnoughts with the melta gun will go in the other drop pod. And I have 2 groups of 5 Terminators. One are the normal Terminators with 5 up invulnerable saves. The others are the Storm Shield guys. I'm going to be assault dropping those guys in. I have 5 Devastators here in the back. A Thunderfire cannon with a Tech Marine, 2 Space Marine captains, a Chapter Master, and a Librarian. And that is my force. And like Green Dawnify said, it is 10,000 points.
We have just set up. I have not said what I have in my army though yet, so I'll say that right now. I have right here a squad of 30 boys with a war boss not set up yet. Have a burner bomber right there with all missiles and bombs. Big payload. Got 2 Trigons in reserve. 10 Gold Gene Stealers. Have 2. I have dual Malentine in a pod and 2 Zone Thugs in a pod. All right, here I got a Swarm Lord, 2 Tyrant Guard, 3 Scorch war track thingies, 30 boys with a war boss with Gaskell Thraka and a Big Mac custom force field. This is a looted wagon with this gun, with the big gun. This battle wagon is a looted wagon. This is a looted wagon with a Shrike on it, and this is also a looted wagon with a big gun on it. Have 6 Shrikes, all with Lash Whip Bone Swords and Scything Talons. Oh no, I'm sorry, Devourers. No Scything Talons. Have 10 Ludus here. Oh, and the Big Mac, I have 2 of these guys. They have a Shoot a Scorcher custom force field, heavy armor, cyborg body, and a power claw. Have right here 3 knob bikers and a war boss on a bike. War boss on a bike is just like my other war bosses with power claw, custom force field, attack, squig, scorch, and cyborg body, except he has a bike. Have 3 knob bikers, all with power claws and scorches, and they have a log banner. No pain boy though. Have 3 killer cannons, all with Grotzookas, a death dread with all close combat weapons, and another death dread with all close combat weapons. So this guy has a custom force field because I have a strategic what are they called?
Asset?
No, an asset, but formation, an apocalypse formation, which is the dread mob, which is 3 killer cannons, 2 dreadnoughts, and a stompa. And one of them is nominated with a custom force field, which is this one. Gives all these guys 5+ cover saves, basically. Have 6 Coptas, all with twin missile launchers and buzzsaws, and they're also apocalypse formation because they're the Choppa squadron. Have 10 knobs here, 4 with power claws, 5 with big Choppas, 1's a pain boy, and I have a war boss with the same thing as the guy on the bike, which is power claw, scorcha, cyborg body, heavy armor, boss pole, and yeah. They have pain boy in that squad. Squad of 30 boys here with a knob, power claw, boss pole, led by, and here's a Big Mac. Another squad of 30 right behind that leads all up in here with a weird boy trying to. I'm hopefully going to teleport with those guys. Have a squad of 10 knobs here, 3 power claws, 7 or 6 big choppers, a paintball, and a war boss with the same loadout. Here gets all Tyranids. I have 10 Termagants here, 3 Hive Guard, Hive Tyrant with 2 sets of Twinling Brain Leech Devourers. It has Hive Commander and what's the other one? Oh, Old Advisory or something? Adversary. Yeah. I have a squad of 30 Hormagaunts led by Prime, 26 Hormagaunts, another squad of 10, and that Turbogon, I'm using that guy again. I have another squad of 10 Ludus here. And so that, oh, and I have my big Max Stompa. This is a lifter dropper, not a close combat weapon. And that is my army. So now going into Eldar are going first. Eldar and Space Marines are going first.
If we just wanted to talk real quick, what I have over here, this is what I have still in reserve. So half of it will come in the second turn, half will come in the third turn, the rest will come in the third turn. What should be known is that one of the drop pods will come in. I still have to put in my scouting dudes, my Scorpions. They're coming in on Shadow Strike, so those guys will still be coming in, and one of the drop pods.
Alright, so we got Revit, Titan, and Stompa there. Alright, so now going into the first turn.
Okay, end of Space Marines turn 1. Start off first with my drop pod that came in. I have 2 of them, but one had to come in for sure. It scattered. I placed it right here on this hill, wanted to get close, but it scattered back, and when my guys popped out 6 inches, I was only able to get 3 of them within melted distance, within half of melted distance range. I did shoot all my guys there, even the guys that were out, and I was able to take, I believe, 1 hollow field or deflector shield away from the Stompa with those guys. Going on to movement, these guys here just moved into Scorpions right here just moved into this little fortification. This Rhino did not move because I used my Chapter Master Orbital Bombardment. This Fire Prism moved just a bit to get into range, well, not to range, just so in case he comes in and assaults somehow. It just moved. These Swooping Hawks jumped up to be behind cover of this Dreadnought. This Wave Serpent jumped up 24 inches. This Falcon jumped up 24 inches. These Wraith Lords were within range of that Warlock, so they didn't have to test. For Wraith Sight, they moved up 6 inches. The Avatar moved up 6 inches. He later ran. This Land Raider moved up 6 inches. This Fire Prism just shifted a bit. These Guardians here jumped up into this cover. These Space Marines just went behind this building to get a little bit more of a cover save. These Space Marines walked up 6 inches and then ran to get in front of this Wave Serpent that moved 12. The Scorpions just stood still. This just moved up 6 inches, sorry. And then these guys here, the Dire Avengers jumped out, and that's all the movement. I'll start over here again. Better position. These Dire Avengers, they shot at those Orks. The Dire Avengers were guided, and there were 6 Orks that were killed. Unfortunately, he has a lot of characters that give him these invulnerable saves, like that Big Mech, and he has this one special asset that gives almost everything within 12 inches a 4-inch or a 4+ invulnerable save. These Bright Lances shot, and they killed one of the guard, these Hive Guard. I was not able to do any more damage against this group of Tyranids. Over here, my Thunderfire Cannon was able to take out, I believe, 3 or 4, maybe 3 of these Ludus. Again, I wounded a lot, but he had that 4+ invulnerable save, so he was able to save a lot of them. These missile launchers, they were the one that I believe took out that Hive Guard over there. This group of Guardians with the Bright Lance missed. I was trying to shoot the Stampa. These two fire prisons both shot at the Stampa, and they wounded it, but he made his saves. This Wraith Lord here tried to hurt this Dreadnought, or Death Dread, and he was able to make his saves. This Wraith Lord, however, did shoot at the Stampa, and he really did a lot of damage. He took out another one of these hollow fields was removed. At this point, the Stampa is down to how many wounds? Or how many hull points? Down to 6 hull points. So one of the reasons for that was this Wraith Lord hit, penetrated, then rolled another 6, and then rolled like a 4 to enable it so that it halves its movement. And the rest of the hull points were lost by the sonic pulse lasers, or the pulse cannons, I believe they're called, on this Titan here. Just continuing on, these Dark Reapers shot at the group of Orc boys right there, both squads. The squad of 4 with the Exarch and the squad of 3 with Mogg and Ra. Again, he was getting his invulnerable saves, but I was able to take out about 10 or 11 of them after shooting at both groups. This Death Dread shot at one of these Dreadnoughts, was trying to take him out, but was not able to do that. At this point, both of those Death Dreads are... They've had one of their weapons destroyed, because when I was shooting at the Stampa, they were getting hurt as well. And I believe that is it for Eldar Turn 1, Eldar Space Marine Turn 1. We'll come back with the Tyranids and the Orks Turn 1.
End of my first turn, I revealed all of my strategic assets. It was camouflage, which actually really didn't help me that much, because I already had a fight. It gave me a cover save all around, but I already had that with my big max and stuff. I had this thing right here, this cross, which gives anyone within 12 inches a 4+ invulnerable save, which is pretty good. And then my last one was careful planning, so I brought in my reserves. Though Bullender did have this, which made anyone within 48 inches, he rolls a d6, and on a 4 or higher, he gets to replace them. I deep strike bolt. I brought in 6 of my guys. I brought in my Trigon. He failed to put this guy away. Put my other Trigon, but he threw it over there. Yimgul's Gene Slayers came. I had another one here, but he put him over here. And then I also had Flank March.
Yeah, Thousand Suns. He failed it.
Suns, and he put him over there. So in my movement phase, I did a basic move forward. I got most of my psychic powers through, which I'll tell you what my psychic powers are. This guy has 3 powers from Biomancy. He has Warp Time, Iron Arm, Life Leech, and from Telekinesis he has Spirit Leech, or the thing that's like kind of like the Doom of Malantine. He got Iron Arm and Doom of Malantine and the Warp Speed off, so he has 2+ attacks, 2+ initiative, 2+ strength, and 2+ toughness. So he's pretty good. These guys moved up, killed the Dire Avenger by scorching them. Orks came in, assaulted the Space Marines, killed them all. Had all my looted wagons here shoot at this guy, shoot at the Dire Avengers, the Scorpions, and the Space Marines. Hurt them all. This, the Stampa, the Big Mac Stampa, shot all of its super shooters, did nothing. Did its lift a dropper, basically destroyed that. Giga Shooter from this shot at the Avatar, did nothing, and then the Death Cannon shot at the Revenant Titan, and with a bunch of other shots from all the things, brought this down to 1 hull point left, but everything else is fine. All I've done is just a bunch of structure point damage. Killicans moved up, assaulted the Falcon with the Farseer and the Fire Dragons in, killed it, exploded, hurt a couple of my guys. Death Dread assaulted the Space Marines and the Liberian, killed 2, but they had melta bombs, which I didn't know, and they blew it up, but the explosion killed 2 more. And killed one of the guys with the melta bombs, which I was pretty happy about. A lot of shooting to kill the last, to kill this. My boys finished this off. Nob assaulted and killed Eldar and his fire dragons. So now I won't have to roll 3d6 for my leadership tests. This guy moved up, shot at the swooping hawks, brought it down to 1 Exarch. Luda's shot at the Dark Reapers, brought 1 squad down to an Exarch and 1 Dark Reaper left.
Well, no, actually 3 guys and an Exarch.
Okay.
This is the other group, yeah.
Oh, alright. And Hive Guard shot at the Rhino, took it out. The guys hopped out. The Yimgo Gene Stealers came out of that terrain, assaulted the Scorpions with Canderous in it, and now there's only Canderous with 1 wound left, or 2 wounds left.
This shows 1.
Alright, with 1 wound left and an Exarch. Formigons all moved up, put Catalyst on these squad of Formigons with the Prime. Hive Tyrant's now flying. All the boys moved up. He failed. I was trying to make him teleport. All the boys here. Everyone moved up. Yes, the Doom of Malantai. He came in too. Wasn't able to be stopped by the Nullfield. Came in, killed 1 guy. Killed 1 guy Guardians. Killed 1 from the Devastators, and killed the
Tech Marine.
The Tech Marine with his Thunderfire Cannon all right out. Then I did his Psychic Shriek on the Devastators, killed 1 more. Trigon here shot, killed the last 2 guys. And that was it that I did in this turn in.
The only other thing, if I could remember, you guys...
Oh, yes.
You did a
I spawned 10 guys and I can't spawn anymore. So...
A lot of stuff took place, but, yeah.
So, in my next turn, I'll bring in a Turbogon, some Chosen, a squad of 2 Zoanthropes, my Daka Jet, and a squad of 30 boys I couldn't fit when I first
One last
spawned.
thing, just to, I did have an ambush, which is a strategic asset. I was able to kill 1 of these guys, and I think killed 1 of those.
No, you killed 1 Thunder.
Basically, anyone that comes in on reserve as an opponent, I can shoot at the guys coming in at reserve. So I have 2 shown. I have 1 more that I have not told about.
So now going into Eldar and Space Marines turn 2.
Okay, after Eldar Space Marine 2, after round 2, this is what happened. We're going to go through and say what each individual unit did throughout the whole thing versus breaking it down into movement, shooting, and assault. Okay, these jet bikes came in right off the back from reserve. They went ahead, and my Farseer, he basically doomed this group of Hormigons, and he fortuned his group. In shooting, they went ahead and shot at this group, and I believe there was like 30 of them. And since these bikes already get the twin linked, they were able to shoot a lot. These guys were doomed, so I was able to wound a lot. I had a flamer from this guy who was using the destructor template, and I threw my I basically did everything to it, and I took it down from 30 guys to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. Then I did my little assault movement forward, basically just a movement versus an assault. Here, these guys jumped in from reserve, from deep strike, so they couldn't shoot or anything, or they couldn't assault. But I jumped in here. One of the group actually, or 4 of them, hit these guys right here, the Termagants, but only 1 died from his save. In shooting, they went ahead and I believe there was 10 of those originally, and in shooting they killed 6. My sergeant here had a flamer template and took out a bunch, and then my other guys just shot. There's like 4 of them left. They are within synapse range, so they didn't run back, as are these guys within synapse range, so they didn't run back. Over here, this group of 10 Space Marines and the Chapter Master moved over from behind this wreck. They charged into the Gene Sealer there to help out. There was an Exarch and Karandros still in a combat. Karandros died, and so did the other guy. They killed a couple of these. All in all, there were 6 total, and I was able to kill 5 after the charge. 2 of my Space Marines died, so he was able to make. I won combat, but he made his leadership, and we're still in combat there. Over here, I just shifted an inch, took a shot at the Stampa. As you see, the Stampa is still there, unfortunately. This came in from reserve, the Razorback, and I shot my twin-linked plasma cannon, plasma laser, over at the Stampa. Las cannon? Okay, so I shot that, and I did hit on both occasions. I think for this one, he was able to, and I penetrated. This is the thing that's so maddening. I penetrated, but because of his 4+ invulnerable save, he was able to block things. At the beginning of the shooting phase, or at the beginning of the turn, he had 6 hull points, and he actually lost 4. Back here, I played it risky. I went ahead and had this guy deep strike in. My Dreadnought came in. He has a multi-melta. I was able to shoot at the back of it. I was able to hit and able to penetrate, and he did not, or he missed his invulnerable save. But unfortunately, when I was doing the re-roll to see if I just rolled 1/6 on all of these, I could have destroyed it because it's down to 2 right now. But whatever the case, he's still alive. I couldn't charge, I couldn't assault because he just came in. These Space Marines, they assaulted the Terminators, the assault Terminators. I was not able to, obviously I'm not able to assault, not able to shoot, so they're just standing there. Over here, these Howling Banshee just came in off the back. They can't assault, so I just figured I'd keep them in the back protected. These 3 Wraith Guards, they just came in. They can't shoot because they're heavy weapons. They moved. These Dark Reapers, both groups shot at this group of knobs. I was able to take off 3 of them, so 5 to 6 wounds. I think there was 1 wound to begin with. So those guys were diminished a bit. This Warwalker actually came in and he shot at the monstrous creature here, that Swarm Lord. What was that was there? It's a Trigon, right? The Trigon. He took 1 wound away from the Trigon with this missile launcher. These D cannons also came in. They took 1 wound away from the Trigon that used to be there. These guys here, the Guardians, they actually double shot and shot their Bright Lance at the Trigon, and they were basically this group, that group, and that group took it down to have only 2 wounds, and the Trigon eventually died because the Avatar assaulted it and killed it in combat, but not before the Trigon killed 3 of my Terminators there. So that's why this portion of the board is kind of less people there, more open. These Fire Dragons actually shot and killed one of these Ork bikes, and that allowed these guys to be able to, the Terminators, to have enough space to physically come in and assault the Trigon. Let's see what else. This Dreadnought actually assaulted the Orks, and he was just destroyed easily. He killed 1 guy in shooting, but unfortunately, when they assaulted him, they took away all of his powerful weapons, and he died in assault. The 2 Wraith Lords shot at the Stampa, and they did penetrate with these Bright Lances, but I believe he made both of his saves. This Land Raider was did not have the ability to. It had something. It was immobilized, so I couldn't move. I was able to do some snapshots though, and I think I actually did take 1 point away with one of my last cannons. What else? I believe I already said the 2 Fire Prisms did hit and penetrate, but he was able to save his things. On one of my blasts to this, I was able to take out his Liptodroppa, but he saved it with the roll of a 3. Was that not right? I can't remember.
Yeah, my other protection, primary weapon.
Yeah. These Swooping Hawks came in right there. They actually had 2 guys die because of the Doom and Malantite Leech Essence power, and they did shoot at these Orks, and I believe they maybe took two Orks there. Space Marines here, they moved up, they got into within rapid range of these Orks, and they were able to kill, I don't know, 4 or 5, not quite sure. Swooping, or the Farseer and the Direbenger moved back. They used to be closer to that objective. My Scorpions rushed, they charged, a full charge, like 6 guys and an Exarch against this group of Orks. They really didn't do that well. I think they only killed like 3 guys and put a wound on. Oh, they actually killed a Knob, maybe killed a Knob, 3 guys, and then one of these wound on Gaskell Thraka, but they were wiped out. And really, that's about it. I don't think there was anything else that took place, but that's the end of my turn.
My second wave of reserves will be coming in this next turn for me.
So we will be back with that.
End of Orks and Tyranids turn 2. Moved all my Orks up in a good fashion. Brought in my guys, like plain there. But my outflanking my Turbogon over there. Spawn 10 guys can't do anymore. These guys moved up here, did nothing. Warlord came up, put Iron Arm on himself, salted in, killed the Exarch, challenged him. Exarch put a wound on him, failed his vulnerable save, but he killed the Exarch. Farseer still alive. Knobs came in here. There's the captain with full wounds, and Space Marine still left. Doom Mountainside came in. Oh, hey, look, there's a Space Marine too. Doom Mountainside came in and killed 1 guy. No one killed back. Chosen were able to flank march up here. 2 melted shots into the back of the fire prison, blew it up. A lot of shooting from looted wagons and this. Shot into these guys. A lot of misses. Brought it down to 3 guys and killed all the D cannons. Paraxiomized the squad of Dark Reapers. Tried to leech essence them, didn't work. And then shot at these Banshees. Didn't do anything. Hive Guard took the Razorback out. Zoanthropes came back, shot at this, immobilized it. Fired, but it still lost 1 whole point, that's it. These Space Marines and the captain jumped out. Hormigons and Prime came in, assaulted in. Prime was ready to kill 5 guys, but a sergeant jumped in the way, and he just killed the sergeant. Ymgol Genslayer died, and they killed a couple guys. There's 4 guys and a chapter master with 1 wound, with 2 wounds left here. Nah, boys flank marched here, shot into these guys, did nothing. The remaining of the Hormigons here. Termagants are up here, and the Turbogon assaulted in. Killed, I think, 1. And also shooting from the Thousand Suns killed 2 that were right here. Killed 1 with the Hormigons. Termagants did nothing, and I did a challenge with this guy, and he put 2 wounds on me, 4 wounds left. I did nothing to him.
This guy.
Oh yes, Death
Dread battle.
Assaulted the Inker lad back there, trying to blow up my Stampa. We both blew each other up.
Assault with the Avatar or someone. Or no,
yeah.
with the Terminators? Can't remember.
No, that's a long time ago, Death. Over here, both my squads are Knobs on bike and Knobs here. These Knobs assaulted into a Wraith Guard and Avatar, while the Avatar was shot by the Ludas and brought it down to 1 wound left. And I assaulted him with the Avatar and the Wraith Lord, killed them both. I lost a Knob. Lost a Knob though from the Avatar. I think I lost 2. I don't know. Deathcopt is here, shot into the Wraith Guard, killed 1 Wraith Guard. Here, Knobs and the War Boss assaulted into the Terminators, the Chaplain, and the Farseer, killed them. Ymgol Genestealers assaulted into the Fire Dragons, killed them all. Knobs and the Shrike assaulted into the 5 Assault Marines, killed them all. Boys moved up and ran. Stampa did some shooting, blew some guys up, blew the Wraith, the Warwalker, and put a wound on Mugen Ra, and put a wound on Janzar. So, you know, did pretty good there. And that was about it. So, now going into Eldar and Space Marines turn 3. You still haven't said your last strategic asset, right?
Yeah, I just have 1 more. I guess I could tell you now if you want. I have that blast thing. I have to look what it's called.
Alright, so we're in the middle of Eldar in Space Marine turn 3.
Beginning of the
So what's going on?
I haven't put in any of my last 11 groups, but basically I did a hammer blow.
Hammer blow was his last strategic acid. Hit it against this guy.
It's a D3 penetrating hits. I
rolled a 5, so I got 3. I tried to save him. I only saved 2 of them. He got through. We rolled it already. He rolled a 5, so he's already good. He already had 1 whole point left, so whatever happened, he was gonna die. So right now we're rolling on the apocalyptic explosion. We add 2 to this. So the 3 says a 5. So we'll see what that is.
Explosion, isn't it?
Yeah, we'll come back. So we found out that it's just in a normal explosion. I don't think you can read that, but so it's just a normal explosion. So we're just gonna roll how big it is.
1 dice?
Yeah, it's 1 dice.
Man, I'm gonna need a 6 to even catch anyone. 2. I don't think that's gonna hurt anyone.
But the Stampa is dead.
I'm dead. I mean, it's dead. I'm dead in this game.
Dun, dun,
but at least the Stampa's dead.
Dun, 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 dun. Alright. So finish with the Eldar's turn.
End of Eldar Space Marine turn 3. This was the last turn to bring in all the rest of my reserves. I had 11 groups, actually 12, because the last time these warp spiders, they tried to come in, but they landed on someone and they got thrown back into reserve. So 12 groups came in. I'll just show those and then talk about what they did. As I said, the warp spiders came in. These fruit, which are Rangers, the Guardians here, 10-man squad with their with their Warlock. This group of Guardians with a weapons platform and the Warlock. This group of Dire Avengers with a Dire Avenger Exarch. This group of Rangers. This 2-set group of D-cannons with their Guardians and their Warlock Protector. This group of Space Marine Scouts. This group of Space Marine Scouts. This group of Guardians. That group of Space Marine Scouts. And that Viper. I think that is everything that came in. Just a lot of infantry. Not really anything that could do a lot of damage. So I guess I'll just start over here. These Rangers shot at those Termagants and killed 5 of them. This Viper went ahead and shot and killed another 3. I think there was like originally 10, now there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 in all died from that shooting. These Guardians were within rapid fire 12 inches of these Chaos Space Marines. Were able to kill 2. The Scouts shot at the Chaos Space Marines didn't do anything. These Scouts shot at the Space Marines, Chaos Space Marines, and didn't do anything. They made all their saves. These 2 D-cannons shot in an attempt to blow up. To blow up these kilocans, and they did take 1 kilocan out. This guy here, the Wraith Lord, went ahead and flamed and killed 3 of these Gene Stealers. He was not able to make it his charge distance because Green Dawnfire said I had to walk all the way around, walk through the rubble, had to roll 3d6, and I just didn't make it. These Dark Reapers were they had Paraxium, so they couldn't hit. They hit on a 6, so I tried to hit this guy. I actually hit him. He didn't fall down. The Hive Tyrant, the Flying Hive Tyrant, didn't fall down. I Blade Stormed and actually hit him on a 6. Hit him twice on a 6. He didn't fall down. But I did give him 2 wounds, but he made one of his invulnerable saves or something. So I was actually making the guy fall down, but he did not fall to the earth, unfortunately. These Dark Reapers shot at this group of Orc Knobs. I think all the shooting, I killed 1, took away 2 wounds. That included shooting from these rangers as well. These guardians here with their weapons platform, actually they did the best of everything. They took out the 2 zoanthropes that were over there. Can't remember what happened here. I believe these guardians moved up and shot and took off 2 hull points for that little buggy. So continuing on, these guardians double shot at these orcs and killed 5 or 6. These Kroot/Rangers shot and killed maybe 1 or so. These warp spiders shot and killed 7 of those termagants. There's now 3 of them. In assault, I went ahead and did my charging with the jet bikes, Hammer of Wrath, and hit 4 of those termagants. In the end, the rest of them died. They killed them all. None of my Space Marines died because they retaliated against the Space Marines. They died. These guys consolidated backwards. Assaulting right here, I was massacred by I had like 3 Space Marines and a Chapter Master. And yeah, the Prime, he killed the Chapter Master in a challenge, and then the rest of the guys just died. There's like about 14 wounds against them, and they just all died. Over here, somehow my Swoopy Hawks are just standing up to the Doom of Malantai and not dying in assault. This is another story here. This is like 2 rounds of assaulting. I think each time I'm killing like 3 orcs at a time. I had like 3 orcs and a captain, but now they're finally dead. Space Marine captain did not make his last assault. There was like a challenge, I guess, with Gaskell Draken, and he just died. And what else? Oh, the Swarm Lord killed the Farseer. They came forward. And the last thing, which I thought was going to be my great shining glorious moment, proved futile. I went ahead and charged with 11 Banshees, 1 being Janezar, against those group of orc knobs, and was able to kill 2. Well, I took 2 wounds, 1 guy died, and they just slaughtered 6 of my people. So that is the end of my turn, and we'll come back with oh yeah, I forgot to tell you about this guy. It's kind of fun. I think he is actually the last guy that put another glancing wound on that kilocan that took it away, because 1 was hurt by the D cannon, and then he glanced it, and that's what killed it. So that is the end. Oh, actually, just really quickly, I flamed and shot some of those orc boys and killed maybe 4 or 5. And with that, we'll come back with orc turn 3.
End of Orks and Tyranids turn 3. I'm going to start over here. Orks shot all their shots into these spikes, killed 1, assaulted in, killed 4 in the assault, while all these guys shot into them and killed 4. So there's only 4 here, and I killed the last of them. My power claws in the squad. Ludas shot into the back of these spiders, killed 3. In assault, he put a wound on me, so I'm down to 2 wounds, and I did 3 wounds on him. He made all his shield saves. These guys moved up, they're staying there. Trigon moved up, still giving synapse to these guys. Those guys put some shots, he did nothing on those bikes. Hive Guard shot at the fire prism, took it out. Boys moved up. He did a frazzle on himself. He did headbanger, killed 1 boy. Boys moved up, assaulted into the Space Marines, shot him 2. It's 1 sergeant and a captain with 1 wound left.
It's tied combat, so they're just still in there.
Hormagaunts assaulted both squads of Guardians. They did a multi-assault, killed both squads of Guardians. Very good fight there. Knobs finish off the Banshees here. These Death Copters move from here up. Move from there up. Assaulted the Dark Reapers and killed them all in assault. Hive Tyrants stopped flying, moved down, assaulted the Dire Avengers. I got challenged by the Exarch and killed the Exarch. Knobs here assaulted the Dark Reapers, killed Mugen Raw and the other 2 Dark Reapers.
Oh, actually,
Yimgal Gene Sealers assaulted in. One was flamed down, and then I put 1 wound on him, so he has 2 wounds left, and 2 were killed by the Wraith Lord, but I did make my leadership. Here, I multi-assaulted the Drop Pod and the Exarch of the Swooping Hawks, killed them both, consolidated forward. Killicans moved up, ran. Swarm Lord moved and killed the last of those Guardians and Warlocks and consolidated forward. Ludus here, shot at the Viper, took it out. All these 2 Scorches moved up and scorched all the Rangers. These guys just moved up. All these cannons shot at the back, killed a couple scouts and some D-cannons while the Shrikes finished the scouts, and the Chosen with the Power Fist and Lightning Claws finished off the D-cannon guys.
Over here, I actually won one.
Over here, it was you made your leadership.
No, it was tied. I
Oh,
killed
okay.
3 Orks. You killed 3 Guardians.
Yeah, so it was a tie here. Here's nothing happened between the Doom and Valentine and the Swooping Hawks. Yeah. So, yes, that's the end of my turn. I call this the turn of bloodshed. But now going into Eldar and Space Marine turn 4.
End of Eldar turn 4. Okay, just going to go through this quickly. These guys, the Guardians, were still in assault from the Ork boys. They actually killed 2 Orks, but then with Gaskelthrock and the rest, they killed a total of 6. They missed their leadership and they ran back, but I only rolled a double 1, so they're right here on the edge. Up here, my scouts went ahead and shot and killed 3 of those Termagants. This pulse laser killed another one. This little shot did nothing, so there's still 1. He was fearless because of that thing, so he's still alive, kicking there. Over here, the Wraith Lord in assault lost another wound, but he took out 2 of these Gene Sealers. They made their leadership, so they're still locked in combat. Right here, my Rangers shot their sniper rifles and took 2 wounds away from, actually 3 wounds away from these Ork knobs. And then my Wraith Guard shot and killed another one, so there's just the War Boss with 2 wounds there. In this assault, I had a captain and a sergeant. I killed 2 Orks, but no, I don't think I killed anyone. And I lost combat, and I ran back with 1 wound, and he just chose to run back, and he's right there. Over here, I had some scouts here. I ran over here, wanted to assault here. They just got tore apart by these Tyranids, but that's kind of what I expected. But just wanted to hold them up a bit. These Warp Spiders went up here and shot and killed the last of those Termagants there. And in combat, once again, my sergeant took another wound away from this monstrous creature, but he lost his final wound, and so this guy moved up here, and he's now in combat with those 3 Assault Marines. That is the end of my turn, and we'll go into the 4th turn for Tyranids.
End of Ork and Tyranid turn 4. Here, guys assaulted in, helped, killed all the guys. They weren't able to do anything. The Assault Marines weren't able to hurt the Termagants with Krakenades. They died. Assaulted in. Trigon, who was put in the back. I tried to deep strike them over here, put them way in the corner. Was able to finally charge into the Warp Spiders and annihilate them all. Here, the Hive Guard shot at the falling back captain and killed them. All the Death Copters shot at the Wraith Guard, killed them both. And the Hive Tyrants killed the last of the Dire Avengers in assault. And the Yimgal Janslers did the last rending wound on the Wraith Lord to kill him. And that's the end of the game. That is a win for me. I have this objective, that objective with my Def Cop does, that objective with all my Orks and stuff. That I actually have all the objectives, so it's a win for me. And so yeah, that's the end of this Apocalypse battle report. More battle reports coming.